Let's continue here on Radio Boss. We're joined by a young lady, as a matter of fact. She's one of the stars of the Vince Staples show. But look, she needs no introduction, right? Like those that can see this know who she is, those that are listening, right? Coming to America. What's love got to do with it? In the original production of Dreamgirls, as a matter of fact, so many other things. If we named all of her accolades, we'd be here all night. She is Vanessa Bell Calloway. She joins us right here on Radio Boss. Vanessa's good to see you. Welcome back to the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, glad to have you. I gotta be honest with you. I saw trailers for the Vince Staples show. I'm familiar with Vince Staples. We had him on our program years and years ago. But I want to start here by talking about your role on the Vince Staples show as Anita Staples, Vince's mother.
Anita Brown.
Anita Brown. Okay, Anita Brown. Excuse me, Anita Brown.
Yeah.
And then your role. Can you just talk to us about your role?
Well, Anita Brown is Vince Staples' mother, as you just quoted, and she's a kind of a no-nonsense, tough love mother. She has a daughter as well, and I tell people I would never speak to my children the way she speaks to her children. Although I may think it sometimes, I don't actually speak loud, but she's just a no-nonsense mother, and you know this woman because either she's your aunt, she's your mother, or she's a mixture of several people you know. But she is the one that cusses at her children full throttle with commitment and passion. And she says what she needs to say to them. She doesn't sugarcoat anything, but she loves them. She loves them deeply, and she loves them so much that she is that honest. But Anita reminds me of the ugly cousin. It's like you can say anything you want about people, like she can say anything she wants about anybody, but you try to say something about her people and she will take you down. So she has that type of love. She will cut you, but can't nobody else touch you. You know what I mean?
I do. It's interesting because I did see, and I'm going to watch, but I did see the season 2 trailer, and it was a segment in there where you were
you haven't seen season 2?
No, you were defending Vince Staples. It was a part that they showed in the trailer. So I can I can tell she's no nonsense.
Funny.
Say it again. I need to see. Yes, I am. I will.
I season 2, and then you got a double thumbs. You got to like love it, don't like it, love it.
Love it. Okay.
Double thumbs.
Okay, I definitely will. I want to get your thoughts on working with the cast. Vince Staples. Man, he's funny. Like I didn't know. I just knew him as a rapper. He does his thing, young guy, all that. LA. I think he's from Compton specifically. But like, just your thoughts on working with this cast.
I think Vince is brilliant. I think he has quite an unusual, eclectic, very different sense of humor than most people his age. I mean, he's the age of my children, so he really could be my son. Matter of fact, he's like right in between my real daughter's age. But I just think he's brilliant. It's like I often wonder, like, how does people think of things like this? What's going on in your mind that you have these type of ideas? And the way he delivers his comedy, it's real. He doesn't overwork it. He doesn't overshoot it. He doesn't overact. It's real. It's right down there in the center, but it's so laid back and sarcastic that it works well for us because my character's bigger and he's just kind of in the cut, laid back. So we balance each other out, as far as the comedy goes, especially when we're in a scene. You don't have two people like this. He's laid back and I'm all over the place. So I just think it's great working with him. I really respect and admire young people who are doing their thing and out there producing, directing, writing, and he writes it and he produces it. It was his concept, and he's all very much involved. So mad love. I think it's fabulous.
No doubt about it. The one and only Vanessa Bell Calloway joins us here on Radio Boss. Check her out, The Vince Staples Show. It is on Netflix. Vanessa, I don't think I knew this, even the last time we talked, that you were in the original production of Dreamgirls, which I don't think from a historic standpoint, like we don't talk enough about how big that was and the importance.
Oh, that was huge back then. No,
yeah,
that changed the face of Broadway, that show. Michael Peters and Michael Bennett, well, Michael Bennett and Michael Peters, I should say it the other way. They changed the face of Broadway. They changed how people did shows. And as a matter of fact, a lot of shows copied kind of like that whole style. But no, being in an original company of Dreamgirls was major, and I'll never forget the day, ever forget the day where we all first heard Jennifer Holliday sing, and I am telling you, for the first time as a company during rehearsal. You know, when you're doing a show like that, it's much like doing a movie. Everybody doesn't work together right away all the time. Like you have somebody over here doing something, you have somebody over there doing something. Everybody's kind of scattered around. And then you bring everybody together, like, okay, let's see what we got. We're going to start from the opening and we're going to go to, intermission. Because everybody's been working on their part, but nobody's been working together yet. So any director or producer or choreographer, now it's time to put everything in the pot, stir it up. And then that way you see, okay, that doesn't work, that works, let's fix that. You see all that. Well, I never forget when we were what was called the Michael Bennett Studios at that time. And we got there, we've been rehearsing, and then they assembled us all to run the first act. And as you know, that song came at the end of the end of the first act. And I'm telling you, when I tell you everybody was like crying, and it was just amazing. And at that point I said, oh my God, I'm in a hit show. Because you don't know till you know, and I don't know, I ain't know. So I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
Man, thank you for sharing that. That is absolutely awesome. You've done we talk about, and I want to talk more about your acting, but you've done a lot of directing, a lot of
Yes.
producing. So, talk about that. What do you like better? Do you like being behind the camera or in front of it?
That's like which child is your favorite? I like them both. I like everything for different reasons and at different times. Sometimes, it's time for me just to act. And trust me, as a director who still acts, when I go on another director's set, honey, I am so happy not to have to run that set, not to have to be there all day and all night. I shut up, I respect the director, I do what I'm told, and then I go home. So since I know both sides of that coin, it's like when I'm not directing a set or one of the producers, hey, have at it. Because I know that when I do, then I have a greater responsibility overall. So I like them both. It depends on what's going on in my life, what offers I have, and what's just what happens. So sometimes sometimes I'm in what I'm directing too. I've done that a few times, which is very foolish, but I've done it and I've made it work. And I'm always go like this, why am I in this and I'm directing? So I'm always mad at myself, but it has worked. But it just depends on timing and what's going on. But I love them both for different reasons.
Absolutely. The one and only Vanessa Bell Calloway joining us here on Radio Boss. What do you remember? I'm taking you back, right? What do you remember most about being in coming, yet really an iconic role in Coming to America?
Oh, there's a lot to remember about Coming to America. That's the gift that keeps on giving. There's a whole new generation of fans for that movie, which is nice. When I did that movie, I wasn't even married yet. I was engaged. My children weren't even born. And now some of my children's friends who have children, they're watching the movie. So, it's a lot to remember about that. One of the things that was funny is I had what you call a leaning board, because the dress I had on was so tight I couldn't sit. And in the back of the day, big Hollywood days, the leading ladies used to lean. They didn't sit down. They had a board and they would just kind of lean to get the weight off their feet. So they brought in one of the leaning boards for me. So I was like, oh, okay. So I felt like I was like, like old Hollywood.
Wow. Yeah. And then, Coming to America in 2021, right? That was cool.
Yeah.
Because that was 21. So you're talking about what was Coming to America? Was that 89 or 87?
No, it was
Whatever
88.
year? So
It was 88. It was 1988.
Okay, so you're talking about whatever years later. 30, was that 23,
Yeah.
33, whatever it is. Yeah.
No, it's 37 years this year. Because I know, because
Okay.
I got married. It came out in June and I got married in September. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's 37 years.
Yeah, and then doing it again. Your thoughts when it came out, the part 2 in 2021.
Was that 2020?
Or 20 or 21. It was like pandemic-ish.
It was right before the pandemic.
Okay. Okay.
It might have been 19.
Okay. Perhaps.
Because
Perhaps
it was
so.
definitely before the pandemic. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I was doing something else and I left that job and went right over there to do it. It's that one wasn't as eventful for me, to be honest with you, but I was glad to be a part of it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And then I want to ask you, you're a breast cancer survivor. Can you kind of talk about that and sort of share, sort of what you went through and now you're able to kind of talk with
Well, it's
others
a very
about
long story, so you don't have time to hear the whole story. So, in a nutshell, I'll
that?
say I
Yes.
had DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ, which is stage 0 breast cancer. And early detection is key, folks. Early detection is key. So I was lucky enough to find it, and I just knew something was wrong. I had no symptoms, because if you have symptoms for breast cancer, then it's not a good sign. If you feel something or if something's oozing out your breast, not a good sign. So you don't really know that you have breast cancer until you know you have breast cancer. But something in my spirit just told me something wasn't right. And when I went to get a mammogram, that's when they found that I had calcifications in my ducts, my breast ducts. And sometimes calcifications are nothing. Sometimes it's just, calcifications. But when I saw the the image, when they showed me my X-ray, I knew then that that was what I had been feeling. Because I mean, not physically feeling, but just in my spirit, I was just feeling something was wrong. And when I saw that, and the gentleman who was the technician of doing the X-rays, he said, "I can't diagnose this," because he was right, he couldn't. He's not a doctor. He said, "But these calcifications, he kept using the word suspicious. He said they just look suspicious to me, but I can't diagnose it." And in my heart, right then, I said they're suspicious because it's cancer. I knew it. Of
Mhm.
course, I had to get the biopsy and wait for the results. But at that moment, I knew that God had whispered in my ear to make sure I was getting myself checked out, which I always do. I run to I go to the doctor on a yearly basis, sometimes a couple of times a year, depending on what's going on. But I knew that was God whispering in my ear to take care of myself, and I'm so glad I did, because I caught it early because of early detection and because I get mammograms on a regular basis.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. A couple more thoughts with Vanessa Bell Calloway here on Radio Ball. So you're from Cleveland. I want to, can I throw a little sports at you? Are you a Cleveland diehard sports fan?
I
Browns.
like LeBron James,
Okay. Okay.
but other than that, I used to love the Cleveland Browns, but then they left, so whatever.
But
Um,
they came back.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm glad Deion Sanders' son is there. Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Glad to
He's making a
see.
start this Sunday, his first start.
Yeah, good, good, good. They just robbed that poor boy. They got to figure that out. These poor boys go to play football and basketball, and they come home and all their stuff is gone. But anyway, um, I
You're
mean,
right.
I'm still, yeah, it's terrible. I'm still a fan of, Cleveland sports somewhat. Yeah, I was a huge Brown fan though back in the day. Oh my God. And then
So,
when they moved, I got mad.
okay. So you hadn't embraced the new, well, they've been around since 99. You haven't embraced this version of the Browns per se.
Not yet per se, have not
Okay.
yet, yeah, per se.
Okay.
And then also, I haven't lived in Cleveland since I was 18. So,
Okay.
I was born in Toledo, raised in Cleveland, but I left there at 18 to go to college, and I never came back.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So are you a fan of any other particular team?
yeah,
Uh,
my husband and I, we cheer for the Clippers here, and of course, I love the Lakers, and of course, I love the Dodgers. I'm an LA girl. I've been in LA over half of my life. I've been
yeah.
with my husband over half of my life, so I'm an LA girl now. So I love my Dodgers. I love the Clippers, and I like the. We go to the Chargers games too. The football. Oh, our new stadium is, oh my God, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. So we go to the Chargers game, and our new stadium for the Clippers is great. So date night, my husband takes me to a game because he has, tickets. So we go to games to see the Clippers and the Chargers. I really haven't seen any Rams games here. I haven't really seen them, but I have gone to a few Chargers and Clippers and Lakers and Dodgers. Yeah. So
Okay.
those are my
Yeah.
teams.
Okay. I'm a Commanders fan, so we had to put
I
it
like
on
the
the
Command. Well,
Chargers.
Randy Johnson is a dear friend of mine.
Okay.
So it was funny because when we were there, the Chargers were playing the Commanders, and me and my husband
Right.
like this. Who we rooting for? And I told her, we were like this, we don't know who to root for. So we were like, whoever wins, we're okay with, because we want to see her win, but we
Right.
want to see our home team win too. And I think
Yeah, we won.
y'all won that game, right?
I know it because it's only one of only
But
three games we've won this season.
let me tell you something. There was so many Commander fans here. I was just like impressed. It looked like a home game for you guys. I mean, we had a lot of, because there's a lot of LA people probably from the DC area too, so they had their Commander stuff on. But when I tell you, it was like packed with Commander fans. That was a fun game though. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time. Yeah.
That's good. Remember, I mean, just know this. I know the wins because we've only got 3. And that was one of the 3. We're not very good this year.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey,
Well,
y'all got the Magic Man. You might be getting Super Bowl rings. He done got 2 Dodger rings, so y'all might get some Super Bowl rings.
True, either that or, well, anyway, yes, I know I'm a big Magic. I was,
and he knows how to trade. He knows how to get the talent. So don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on my brother. Y'all gonna get it together.
I'm not. I grew up in Washington. The Bullets and the Wizards were so bad you had to have a second team. So the Lakers were my second team.
Okay.
So I'm a big Magic Johnson fan. Well, look, I mean, she needs no introduction. We know who she is. She is Vanessa Bell Calloway, superstar. And of course, you can check her out on the Vince Staples Show on Netflix as she joins us right here on Radio Boss. Vanessa,
hey, tell everybody real quick, if you haven't seen season 2, please watch season 1 first and do me a favor. We're trying to get a season 3. I know you're going to love it. We love it. I know you're going to love it, especially if you've never seen it. So watch season 1 all the way through. Give us a double thumbs up at the end. Then watch season 2 all the way through. It's not that many. It's not like you're going to be there chained to your house for 2 days and can't go out. Because it really does help if you let Netflix know that you loved us. And hopefully we'll get a season 3.
Definitely agreed. So do exactly what she said. We'll get it done. And Vanessa, as always, appreciate the time. Continued success in all you do.
Thank you so much. And happy Thanksgiving.